How's it going, everybody? Well, I'd just like to bring you a little bit of thoughts I had on the lifestyle and driving habits of owning a Nissan Leaf or any EV for that matter. It's very different from having a gas car because with a gas car, you're not really thinking about where you're going to charge. Are you going to have enough battery range to get there to wherever it is you're going? With an electric car, you are pretty much on. You've got that on your brain. There's no getting around that. I don't know how it is with a Tesla because I've never owned a Tesla, any of them. So I know with Nissan Leaf though, if you don't know where you're going to go for the day, it can be real tricky because you'll have to unexpectedly shift your plans around to be able to accommodate different, different places you want to go. I would say that when you have a Nissan Leaf, you become keenly aware of the seasons. That's another big thing. The seasons play a major role in your driving habits and how far you might travel in a day. In the wintertime, I'll tell you, I don't go as far. I won't go clear across town, and that's because I can't. The battery will be split in half pretty much. I just know that I get half a battery. It'll charge to 100%, but it will not. You won't be able to achieve the same kind of mileage out of the battery that you can in the summer or the spring, or even in the fall for that matter. Um, but you do become keenly aware. You notice the temperature fluctuations outside. You start to notice, okay, this day is 80 degrees, and you really notice that versus a day that's 40 degrees. Even so much as 20 to 30 degrees, you notice a substantial range increase. It fluctuates quite a bit with the temperature. But once you get above, I'd say 45, the difference is nominal. I would say between 45 and 65. I don't know that. Probably more once you get above 60. It's pretty much the same. It's warm. And batteries like it to be warm, at least for the Nissan Leaf. Um, and then I would say just owning an EV of any type can really make you become self-aware of how fast you're accelerating. For example, I wouldn't just jackrabbit right from light to light because I know, and I'm thinking ahead in my brain, okay, I've got to stop at that light because I know that light's going to turn red. Why would I want to accelerate? Meanwhile, everybody else is going crazy with their gas cars zooming around me, but then they have to slam on the brakes. And I just coast right on up using my regenerative braking. So that's something to think about. And I do that all the time. I don't get worried about it. I don't get frustrated when people honk. Although, you don't have to do that, but it helps out a lot. And they do call that hypermiling. But I just call that efficient driving. Um, and then another thing that I might want to mention, just to throw that out there, is the whole thing about with the whole mentality. It plays a little bit of a psychological game with you because when you first start to drive for the day, you will have 90%, or let's say you have 100%. Well, once you get down to about 50 to 60%, at least for me, it becomes hard to justify going other places because you know that, okay, maybe I'm not going to have enough juice to get back. And do I really want to spend a half an hour at the car dealer or wherever charging up? For me, I know I don't. I hate going to that car dealer. And around here in my town of Toledo, Ohio, in the Midwest, that's about the only place. There's very few places to charge. And the car dealer is mostly, any car dealers for that matter, they pretty much have that down pat. They've got the most chargers. But I don't want to go to them. I don't want to be there. I don't want to see them. Because then every time I come in, And this is a real world experience thing here. Every time I go in, and I'm just charging up, they'll ask me, do I need anything? Do I, am I interested? What am I leasing? What am I buying? What do I own? They'll ask me all kinds of questions, and I tell them I'm charging my Nissan Leaf. And then once I say Leaf, they instantly look at me like I'm just the dog on the floor. They don't want anything to do with me then, because they know they can't make a dime off me. They know that they're losing money on me. So I don't really even want to go there to the dealership. But you have to, almost, if you really want a decent charging experience. At least here in the Midwest. That's where most of the chargers can be found. But mostly I just do my whole day's running, and then when I get home, I plug in my little 120 trickle charger that came with the car. And I plug that in, and maybe I get home at 7, 8 o'clock at night. And if I only use up no more than 40%, or, don't drop any lower than 40%, I can have that thing topped up by morning. If I leave the house around 8, 9, or if I have to leave the house around any earlier than 7, it could be a challenge to have 100%, but it doesn't bother me, though. But if I had to go somewhere, such as to the next town over or something, then that could be detrimental. But mostly it just changes your whole mentality, or at least part of your mentality. You can't just get in that car and drive to Texas or wherever you want to go. Because if you do that, then you're going to have to really think about and map out your trips. I can't even go 50 miles. There's a place I would like to go 50 miles away, 55, and I don't really feel like going there because I could go there. There's a charger on the way, but it's just too much work to think about. Because see, I would have to get there early enough to charge, because by the time I get to the one and only charger that's halfway in the halfway point, I would have to stop and charge for about an hour, to maybe 45 minutes, and then I can continue on my journey. And when I finally get there, there are no chargers in my destination, so I would have to think about the return trip, and the place that I go to charges up with solar panels, so and it closes at night. So that means that pretty much if I don't get all my charging in before the nighttime, I can't use it. So if I spend the whole day there, at the end of the day, then I have no way to get back because the charger's going to be out of order come nighttime. So I got to think about, okay, I got to leave here at my destination at this time to get to the charger so I could charge up to get to the final destination, and then leave that final destination to get back to the charger at the midway point so I could charge up before they go out of service for the night. So it's too much. It's not even worth it. Not even really worth it. I mean, it's a great thing. I love electric vehicles. I love technology like that. But around here, the local government of Ohio's done a great job of killing a lot of the incentives and whatnot. So we don't have any real charger network here, and I think that could be pretty much the same said with most of the Midwest, except for Oklahoma. They're doing a really good job. Oklahoma City, they've got a rapid charger network, and we only have one here in Toledo, Ohio. And it doesn't even work half the time. The screen was broken about a month after it was installed. But anyway, I just wanted to share the mentality and the driving habits and the factors such as weather that have to go into play when you have a Nissan Leaf or other EV. Well, thank you very much, and stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe to find out more information, and I'll keep bringing the videos. Thanks a lot. Bye.